So, the story begins with a world already falling apart. For years, humans have struggled with poverty and fighting. Storms and volcanic eruptions have destroyed the world. People survived these events, but then a strange attack happened. In the dark of night, Mary and her team of soldiers shoot a flare into the sky to light up the field. A loud scream is heard nearby. This sound comes from the Breakers, huge and dangerous monsters that came out of the earth after the world ended. As these monsters attack, Mary and her team risk their lives to fight them. The story then jumps forward 15 years. The world has changed completely. Mary is still alive with her husband John and their daughter Wella. Mary is a soldier and is often away, so John teaches Wella at home. John was telling Wella about the Breakers. Wella asked if they were aliens. John said no. He explained that the Breakers were always hidden underground. Then the ground cracked and they came out. The opening they come from is called the Stitch. Nuclear attacks broke the ground, opening the stitches and letting the Breakers come out. Willa didn't want to hear about the monsters. She asked her dad for a story about a hero. John decided to tell her the story of Kodiak. Kodiak was a legend who said to have killed 100 Breakers with one hit of his axe. When Mary comes home, she tells Wella about things like flowers, animals, and colors. But in this ruined world, those things were gone. They were enjoying a family break when suddenly their building started to shake violently. Army trucks arrived outside announcing that they had to leave immediately because the Breakers were coming. They were celebrating Wella's birthday when suddenly the mood became very tense. Mary quickly gave Wella a gift and then left. Mary found out that there were strict rules. Soldiers had to travel separately from their families. So Mary left with her team. John and Wella went in a truck with others. On the way, a man was scared of John's old scar. He thought John was sick. If the monsters bit a person, they would infect them. Then, those infected people would turn into strange monsters called hybrids. John tried to tell everyone that he was not infected. He said that if he showed even one sign of sickness, he would kill himself to save everyone else. The truck drove through dark streets and explosions were heard outside. To stop the fear, they talked about Kodiak. John told Wella that the fight in the story didn't matter. The real point was the hope inside Kodiak. That hope helped him win, and we need that hope too. Wella fell asleep while they talked, but woke up to gunshots and screams. The truck stopped. It was silent inside. Suddenly, a huge claw ripped through the truck wall. It grabbed a woman and took her into the dark. John knew the truck was dangerous, so he escaped with Wella. Outside, he realized it was a mistake to leave. The monster outside was terrifying. A monster dragged a child away, leaving the mother screaming for her baby. There were many monsters nearby. To escape, John and Wella hid under a truck. Just as a monster was about to find them, a soldier shot it, but the bullets didn't work, so John bravely cut the monster's head off. The soldier took off her helmet. It was Mary. She saved her family. She told them to run to the forest. John and Wella started running. While running, Wella saw the ugly truth of war. Dead bodies everywhere. She saw an old man
infected by a bite. His skin was turning black, and a soldier had to shoot him. At the edge of the forest, John saw Mary covered in blood. Mary said she was fine, but then she saw another breaker coming. Mary had a hard choice to make. She told her family to go on without her, while she stayed to fight the monster. Willa cried for her mother, but John sadly pulled his daughter away. By morning, John and Willa reached the beach where John hid a boat, but a scared man arrived holding a gun. He told them, "I am coming on the boat with you." John knew the boat was too small for 3 people. John made an excuse and took the man away. We don't see it, but we learn that John killed him to save his daughter. He came back alone and they sailed away. They reached an empty island and lived there for a year. John and Willa learned to survive there. Willa grew up and became very strong. Her father trained her to fight the breakers. He built a training area using wood from the forest. They found some peace, but whenever they looked at the mainland through binoculars, Willa felt sad about her mother. The breakers were still destroying the mainland. John asked Willa how to kill breakers. Willa said, cut off their heads. For hybrids, she said, smash their brains. Willa trained very hard. She fell and got hurt, but refused to give up, practicing all day to reach her goal. Willa needed a lot of protein for her training. She stole 2 bird eggs, but left one behind so it could hatch. Days passed until one day, Willa found a girl named Rosie on the island. Rosie said her family died, and she swam to the island alone. Willa hid her in a cave. She even shared her food with her. Rosie was very sad, so to cheer her up, Willa told her stories. She even told the story of Kodiak, who killed 100 breakers at once. Willa went home. The next day, she trained again. While training, Willa realized she couldn't hear her father. She looked back and saw John on the ground. She helped him home and found out he hadn't eaten for days. He was giving his food to Willa so she would have strength to train. Willa was very sad about this. To make her feel better, John gave her his sword, saying, "You have my courage now." The next day, when Willa went to Rosie's cave, she was shocked to see everything messed up. She saw Rosie standing in the dark, but she was dead. Her head injury got infected, and she had become a hybrid monster. Rosie attacked Willa. Willa tried to run, but fell. The monster attacked, but John arrived and shot the hybrid, trying to kill it. The bullets didn't work. John then fought with his sword, smashing its head and killing it. Willa was heartbroken. Her friend was dead. John said that now was not the time to cry. The monster's screams surely alerted other breakers. They had to escape. They went to their camp. They ran toward the other side of the island. While running, they found a wide gap. Willa jumped over, but John stayed behind because Rosie's brother, now a monster, had arrived. Willa's father was too hurt to fight him. He made a hard choice and told Willa to go on alone, but Willa couldn't do it. She came back and faced a monster for the first time. She saved her father by cutting off its head, but the headless monster kept fighting. Willa hadn't crushed the brain. Seeing her bravery, John got up and smashed the monster's head, killing it. But the danger wasn't over. Another hybrid was coming. John was hurt and couldn't move much. Willa showed courage again. She used her training and ran at the monster. She hit its head, destroying the brain in one strike. She carried her father to the beach, but John wouldn't get on the boat. He showed Willa his wound. He had been bitten by a hybrid and was infected. Willa was shocked. She refused to leave him. In his final moments, her father said, "You are a warrior like your mother. You will do great things." He forced her to leave. Willa cut the rope and left. Behind her, John's eyes were bleeding. He was transforming. The boat wasn't moving fast enough, and her father became a full monster. She grabbed her sword to fight him, but she didn't realize she was facing many monsters. The mountain erupted, and more breakers appeared. Willa panicked and prepared to die. But then she saw soldiers arriving from the sea to fight the breakers. Leading them was Mary, Willa's mother. Willa was full of emotions. She was scared, nervous, and happy to see her mother again. Together, they prepared to fight the breakers. And with this, the movie ends.